Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santikos Palladium Theater and the second part of Hope for Three's weekend. Thank you so much for being here. We can't wait to start our forum for today, The State of Autism in Texas, 2016. And my name is Samantha Kachi. I am the Director of Programs at Hope for Three. Today, we will have a unique and important opportunity to hear from distinguished panel, experts in their field regarding autism. Our goal here today is to cover as many important topics that are affecting our families living with autism. We also want to hear your concerns, but before we actually get into our discussion, we have a few special guests who wanted to lend their support.
Play the video. Can you play the video? See, I told you. Didn't I tell you?
Hello, and welcome to the Santikos Palladium Theater. I'm David Holmes, CEO of Santikos Entertainment, and on behalf of the entire Santikos team, I want to welcome you to this special event. Last year, the estate of our founder, Mr. John Santikos, gifted all 10 of his theaters in both San Antonio and Houston back to our community, making it the largest gift of its kind in the United States that year. In accordance with his wishes, we now operate as a social enterprise, and everything that we do is for the sole benefit of the communities where we operate. We realize that you can see a movie anywhere, but every time you come to a Santikos theater, you become a vital part of our charitable legacy. As a social enterprise, 100% of the net proceeds of our operation go back into this community in the form of charitable grants, scholarships, and charitable donations that make our community a better place to live. For the last 2 years, Santikos Entertainment has been involved with Hope for Three in a variety of ways, and we're delighted to participate in providing families of ASD children with a network of community support. It is our honor to welcome you to the Hope for Three weekend. Thank you again, and enjoy your time with us.
Owner of Fort Bend Kia. If you ask me, there's nothing more important than family. In fact, we treat everyone who comes to our dealership just like their family, always going above and beyond to treat the client right. That's why we proudly support Hope for Three. The work they do for Fort Bend County families facing the challenges of raising an autistic child is nothing short of astounding. We like to say, experience the difference of Fort Bend Kia, but we love the difference Hope for Three makes in the lives of so many families. Keep up the great work.
Hi, I'm Governor Greg Abbott. I want to thank you for this opportunity to join you this weekend as we pause to recognize National Autism Awareness Month. I want to thank Hope for Three for serving as such powerful advocates for children with autism and for providing help and creating hope for families in Fort Bend County. A brighter tomorrow is the gift we can give every child. The First Lady and I thank all of the volunteers and generous supporters who are helping to make possible this great weekend of sharing and family fun. May God bless you and your families, And may God forever bless the great state of Texas. Thank you.
Here to guide us through today's morning activities is Ms. Jackie Bali from Fox 26. Jackie Bali is the president of Bailey Project LLC and has been a leader in the Houston region's business and policy communities for more than 2 decades. She recently served as mayor pro tem for the city of Sugar Land and was just recently appointed to serve on Governor Greg Abbott's University Research Initiative Board. Ms. Bailey founded Bali Projects in 1999 and is also a co-host of Fox 26 KRI4 political show, The Roundup, which airs every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Ms. Jackie has also won numerous awards, including KTRK 13, Woman of Distinction, University of Houston Alumni Association's Rising Star Award, University of Houston Alumni Association Black Alumnus of the Year, Outstanding Young American by the United States Junior Chamber of Commerce, Houston Women's Magazine's Most Influential Woman, Texas Executive Women's Woman of the Move, and Ford Brand Entrepreneur of the Year. Welcome, Ms. Jackie Bali.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Before we start the program, I would like to first and foremost say thank you to the team for Hope for Three for putting on this forum for us. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Second, I would also like to thank all of you for attending this morning, because Saturday mornings is a crazy time. I have 2 young men who I've raised, and I know that all of our activities are going on Saturday mornings, but you took time out of your schedules to come here and to get information that is vital and important for you. So I want you to give yourselves a round of applause for taking the time to be here today. Couple of facts that I'm sure you already know. Autism is the leading developmental disability in the United States. It's 1 in 45 school-age children. 1 in 45 school-age children have autism. Over 3,000 students are enrolled in Fort Bend schools, so we're impacted quite heavily in Fort Bend. The lifetime cost to care for a person with autism is estimated to range from $3.2 to $5 million. The cost of $60,000 per year for basic therapists, where the median income is only $42,000, which really puts up a lot of burden on families dealing with this medical crisis. According to CDC, we are expecting 1 in 4 individuals to be diagnosed with autism by 2025. So that's why it's so important that we have forums like we do today. And leading into that, I'm going to introduce our panelists. We have several professionals and experts here this morning, and we'd like to say thank you. Before we get into the questions, I'm going to introduce every single one. It may not be in a particular order, like right to left or left to right as you're looking. So when I introduce your name, can you please raise your hand so the audience knows who you are? And panelists, forgive me if I butcher your name. I'm going to try my best, but forgive me if I don't say it quite perfectly. First person I want to introduce is Dr. Pauline A. Philippek, pediatric neurologist at UT Health, University of Texas Health and Science Center at Houston. Please give her a round of applause. Second, I would like to introduce Ellen Cato, Texana. She's with Texana, board certified behavior analyst. Third, I'd like to introduce Sherry Sanderson, an insurance specialist. Fourth, I would like to introduce Sergeant Scott Solon, crisis intervention team. Did I say your last name right?
Yes, ma'am.
Since you're protecting us and all, I need to make sure I get that right. Okay, yeah, of all, I got to make sure that I get his right? Fifth, we have Perry Palermo, MACCC SLP, Applied Behavior Specialist for Life. Six, of course, I hope everyone knows this gentleman, Matt Jackson, Executive Director for Hope for Three. 7th, we have Angelique Bartholomew. She is active in the Fort Bend ISD. 8th, we have our state representative, Ron Reynolds from District 27. 9th, we have Jorge Carriello. Did I say that correctly, sir? Yes, beautiful. You heard what he said, yes. He is a PhD. He has an LSSP, Houston Autism Center. 10th, we have Dr. Yvonne Habit, Executive Director, Houston Autism Center. 11th, we have Dr. Beth A. Jersky. She's with the May Institute and the National Autism Center. Also, if you have your pen and paper, I want you to write down this email address, please. Dr. Beth Jersky has the information that she's going to briefly talk about today is also going to be on her website, and a lot of other information, all other things that you will need to know. And you're all ready? The website's address is www.mayinstitute, MAYINSTITUTE, mayinstitute.org/Texas. I'm going to repeat that. www.mayinstitute.org/Texas. All right. Did I get everybody? Did I miss somebody? Who did I miss? All right, I did it. Yay. Let's give them all a round of applause. These are wonderful panelists, experts. I was so excited when I saw them. I was like, really? This is going to be great. So here's what we're going to do. We have a set of questions for each panelist. And as you're hearing the questions, you're hearing the responses, please think about questions you would like to ask yourself. You're living with this every day. We also want to hear from you. At the ending of the round, when we're asking all of the panelists questions, at that time, we're going to take it out to you and see what questions you have, okay? So as we go through each panelist, with each question, please think about what you would like to ask them as well, because we definitely want your input. We're going to start off with Dr. Pauline A. Philippek, pediatric neurologist, UT Health, University of Texas Health and Science Center at Houston. I just love that title. I have to say that a lot. That's really awesome.
It's a mouthful.
Can you please, you don't think it's awesome?
No, it's a mouthful.
It is. It's awesome. I think that's
great.
great.
Shortened it to UT Health.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you've earned that title, so I think I need to say the whole thing. I think anyone who's earned that title says it. I should say it all. Can you please break down for those of us who are not as educated or don't have like a million degrees like you do, when you have to describe autism, how would you describe that?
Autism is what's called a developmental disorder, meaning it's not the result of an injury, it's not the result of something that happens to the brain after birth, it's something that happens to the brain during the time that a baby is in utero, in the mother's womb. It's a different path of development. And it is characterized now by having 2 different kinds of difficulties. Used to be 3, now we've narrowed it down to 2. The first is having social and communication issues, meaning both using words and using gestures, both verbal and nonverbal communication, and difficulties in social interaction. And the second is having restricted repetitive activities, kind of like obsessive compulsive kind of behaviors. And having those 2 areas of difficulties together is how autism is now characterized.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips.